Hello, my YouTube world. Johnny Moe here, coming to you from my office, doing some book work today. A little excited. Just got done with 3 days of plowing and was able to fund the whole month for February's budget is already funded because of these 3 days of plowing, and that's pretty cool, guys, because we didn't have any in December. So today we're going to talk about finances. Growing your business. The branch theology. This is volume 3, and today we're going to talk about finance. Last time we talked about knowing where you want to be at in business, having a goal. The second part of that video needs to be this, and then we can talk about equipment. It has to be this, and you don't want to miss this equipment video. This is going to be very powerful. I'm going to give you the tips the tips that pros will not tell you. They get mad when someone like me comes out and starts giving you this kind of information. Because I'm going to share with you, today I'm going to give you one tip that'll save your business and make you last for 20 years and will make you survive a drought or a winter that has no snow in it. So stay tuned in this video. Don't shut me off yet. I know how you guys do. You watch for like a few seconds, boom, shut off, and then you dislike me. I love it when you dislike me. I've been disliked my whole life. Yeah! How you like that one? Nah, seriously, here we go, guys. I want to talk to you about this idea and this thought about lowballing. This is my thoughts on lowballing. I don't believe there's a such thing as lowballing. You're like, what? Relook at all these trade magazines, and it's always in the top 5 of things to be concerned about. Well, you got lowballers out there screwing my business up. They come in and they do it cheaper. Well, I don't think of it like that. I think of it like this. Maybe you're too much in debt and you're not good with your finances, and you think that you're the industry standard pricing. Industry standard pricing. Get the freak out of here. The industry standing pricing is whatever I determine it to be. Because this is my business. That's my name on my office wall. Who are you to tell me what pricing should be? Get out of here, my friend. Pricing is whatever you say it should be. There's a rant for you. How you like that one? Ha 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 ha. Now listen. When you know your numbers and you're good at finances, you don't have to worry about lowballers because your business is being funded by your pricing plan. The only way that doesn't work is if you don't know your numbers. What does it take? Now listen. Last one time we talked about where do you want to be at in business. Now, what does it take for John Smith mowing to make it a month? That's what your goal has to be, is to make it a month. And then once you know what that is, then you can decide what your profit is. See, this crap with, Lawn Sight is a big one. I haven't been on Lawn Pros that long. I'm not going to say too much about it. But like Lawn Sight, how much should I be charging? $60 an hour? I don't know. Well, what's your bill, sir? I don't know. Then why are you in business? Because you're not going to make it. You won't even make it. If you live in the Northeast or the Midwest, we have what's called winter, where you can't cut grass, you can't prune shrubs, can't clean leaves, the whole 9. If you have a snow plowing business, that's cool, but it don't snow all the time. So, how are you going to make it through the winter? You ready for this first tip? I'm going to show you how to make it through the winter without relying on any winter income. And this is not coming from a guy who, who's lying to you. This is coming from a guy that hasn't worked a winter outside of snow plowing since 1999. 5 months off, bros. 5 months. 5 months. So I know how to do this. You want to know why? Because I pay attention to the finances. And I don't care about any other business. I'm being on. I don't care about any other business and their pricing structure, their employees. Now listen, I have friends who are in the business. We're cool. But to be honest with you, I just don't care. Well, you're a low baller. A guy called me and said, you need to pick up your plowing prices. I do whatever I want. This is all extra money for me. I don't need it. And I'll show you why I don't need it. You ready? This is the tip that guys don't want to tell you about. If you live in the Northeast or the Midwest, we have what's called winter. This is how Johnny's Mowing does it. Tip number 1 for finances. April 1st rolls around. Your goal from April 1st to September on Labor Day. By Labor Day on that Monday, you want to fund your budget all the way to July 4th. Okay? Now listen to me. How are you going to do that? Well, listen, if you're just starting out, that's going to be really rough. You might have to work a couple part-time jobs. I did. Had to work some other jobs to fund it that way. My wife works. She's a teacher. So we were able to do those things like that. But when you run a business, bills can get up there. So by September on Labor Day, you want to have your budget for July 4th. At the bare minimum, June 1st. And I'll tell you why. Now in April, you'll start doing work. And if you do billing like I do, whether it's right or wrong, I think that in the future that this way of doing billing is going to change with the onset of credit cards. We haven't changed our system. It works for us. I'm not going to say that, my way is better than any other way, but, we get paid. I've only lost in 19 years $450. So rebill out for all the work at the beginning of the next month. We send out our invoices. Generally, everyone pays within that time. You have a few late people. But, I'll show you the forms we use. We have a 3-system process to, get paid. And if you don't get paid, we'll just take you to court. After the 3rd time you don't pay, we'll just take you to court. The 2 that didn't pay me, I just didn't want paid. If I wanted paid, I would have took them to court. But again, 19 years, only $450. That's it. So we trust people. We believe that people want to pay their bills. We believe that people are honest, and if they're hiring you, they want to pay their bills. And if you become a problem and you're constantly late, we will let you know that it's not acceptable. We can either step it up, you can be a prepayment customer, or we can find you another company. It's just that simple. So we don't do a big, credit card thing. We don't do any credit cards yet. I'm not saying in the future we won't. But again, we've only lost $430 in 19 years, which is excellent. I run it by everyone. They tell me horror stories. Generally, people who have horror stories aren't very good with their accounts receivable. They don't monitor it. So having said that, so April 1st comes along. It takes us about 20 grand to turn the wheel of the business until we start pumping in checks till May 15th. So we are funded till July 4th. So turning the wheel of the business means nothing to us. It's nothing. So what happens is we're funded to July 4th because by September, Labor Day, we funded it that way. So from September, now catch this, guys, from September all the way till we start working is all profit. That means we can do whatever we want. We can buy equipment. We can do whatever we want. You know what I mean? You can fund accounts. You can do retirement. You get your vacation money. You're saving up to do whatever. Whatever you guys want it to be. If you will do this, you will last in business. It's plain and simple. So when you're first starting out or you're trying to take that leap, I understand it's a little tough. You got to do what you got to do. Me personally, from 1996 till about 1999, I worked like a dog, sun up, sun down, to do whatever we could. But I haven't worked a winter since 1999. That's the end of it. So first tip, guys, big companies will never tell you, is you have to fund yourself, extend yourself out. This also helps you when droughts come. In 2001, we had a very severe drought. Mowing shut off June 25th, didn't pick back up until end of September. Like September 19th, September 20th. I mean, there was no work. None. It was done. Lawns died. We went out and weed whacked a few of the houses, like around the edges, like crabgrass would still grow, so you'd have to go weed whack that. But everything was dead. There was no money coming in. So you got to prepare for that. You got to prepare. If you're a snowplower, you can't rely on that winter income. We didn't have any snow plowing in December. None. So there's nothing to bill out. So how did I pay for January? I paid for that before Labor Day because it's already funded. Now anything that comes in is bonus. Like today, the last 3 days, I've got fund money. I funded the budget, so I don't have to take anything out. So my accounts are growing year after year after year instead of going like this. April comes along, and then go up till November, and then after November, December, they go way down. You have this mountain of effect. That's not how we do things. So know your numbers. Sit down, just like I told you, to sit down and decide where you want to be in business. Have a budget. What does it take for John Smith Landscaping to operate for 1 month? Because you're going to need to know that. Now, we'll go this route. Talk to you a little bit about debt. We're not a debt-free business. How we do things here is we run a mutual fund approach. We don't have accounts that are into us for over 20% of our gross. So let's say that your monthly budget is, let's say that you're pulling in 10 grand, even number, 10 grand. I would not have debt over 5 grand. So when you're buying new equipment, and I'm going to share with you really quick why this is important. When you get above 50% of your gross, you're right, all the bills that you have are above 50%. That's when I think you start getting into trouble. And then you're not productive, you start hating your life. This December, I enjoyed it. I had guys call me and be like, "Where's the snow at? I'm so depressed. I wish it would snow." Man, let's go another month. I worked my butt off this summer. And I understand everyone goes through tough times and, you need snow. But when you're counting on snow year after year after, you're doing something wrong. Listen to me. You're doing something wrong. So when you're starting your business, you're getting up there, and you're out here. Okay, the branch theology is the further out the branch that you go, you only want to go out on the branch to where the thickness of the branch is. So it can hold you and support you. But you'll spend a lot of time right in here, the branch that's closest to the tree, because it's the safest. But there'll come a time where you're marketing yourself, you've been in business for a while, and things are going good, the phone is ringing, and it's time to make that step. The branch has grown enough out here it can support you, but you don't quite have the equipment. You don't quite know what to do. Oh, I don't want to go in debt. I don't want to get in over my head. This is the part where you're going to have to say, I'm going to step out in faith. Go get your equipment. I did this. I went and got my equipment, but I never went above 50% of my gross, the 50% of my total bills. Because, see, if you lose 3-4 accounts that are $35, $65, it's no big deal. But if you got a HOA sitting in your pocket over there that's 60% of your work and it goes, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because you've got debt on top of debt, and now you're clambering around trying to get yourself another account. So that's how we do it. We do have debt on the business. We don't go over 50%. We fund our budget from Labor Day to July 4th. And those are things that, I feel that you need to know, and how to run this business, how to do it properly, how to live. You start getting into snow plowing, man. Listen, you want to catch my snow plowing videos, because I'm going to teach you the secrets that these cats get ticked off of me about. I'm going to teach you how much salt to put down. I'm going to teach you how to save money on salting, because this is the thing. These cats don't even know how much salt they're putting down. They're just pushing a button. They're riding around in circles, and hundreds of dollars is being wasted out the rear end of their truck. They have no clue. Like, one time I was on lawn site, and I asked some people, how much salt do you use? Well, no one can answer. After 100 people answered the thread, no one can answer. And here's another one. Be educated in your field. I'm going to teach you how much mulch to put down. I'm going to teach you how to bid mulch. I'm going to show you how to fund your budget correctly. And remember, there's no such thing as low ballers, man. It's your business. You decide how much to charge. All right, guys, that's my time. Hope you enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making it. I love finances. I love it. So keep it real, guys. See you in part 4.